Hello everyone and welcome back to Coloring Comics channel. I'm your host and the creator of Coloring Comics, Heraclio Kiki Aguilar. Thank you for joining me in another installment of the series Coloring Your Emotions, where we take perfectly human emotions and kind of dive deeper inside of their meanings with color. If you have joined me in other episodes, you'll notice two different things this time around. First being, I got a new microphone. Second, I'll show in a bit. But first, as always, let me introduce you guys to my color wheel. It is in this space that we'll first pick our initial emotion and the color attached to it. And today, we're going over the emotion faith. Faith is complete trust and confidence in someone or something. I will get into that in a bit because that could mean a lot of different things. Now let's take this color, which I put into the purplish category, and then I chose a color palette that includes yellows, greens, reds, and blues. And of course, their darker accents. But hopefully all the focus will still remain on the purple. After that, I'll take a black pen and cover the illustration with a stronger outline. And then I'll close out with writing something in the bubbles. Now, let's choose a canvas. Now, technically, you can use whatever you want, whatever coloring materials, whatever. But for me, I'm going to use one of my own illustrations that you can get over at coloring-comics.com, or just click on the link below. Now, as you can see, it's a whole page, but we don't got time for all of that. So let me just simplify the selection to one panel. All right, well, let's get to it. Now, I mentioned before that I was going to talk about faith a little bit more deeper because you can put your faith into somebody else, intangible or tangible, and still come up with somewhat of the same outcome. As for me, I don't put down any other religion. I mean, live your life. I prefer to put my stock into something tangible, such as myself and my friends around me. And at times I see people put faith in me. I'm going to share a time when I was in the military, maybe about 19 years old, and had just came back to the States. I had to move to Arizona to a place called Fort Huachuca. When I enlisted into the Army, I became a signal soldier. It's one of those secret jobs that you have to score really high on the ASVAB, and that is a test that you take usually during your senior year of high school. Luckily, I did, and it opened up a lot of different jobs for me. Anyways, the time that I spent in South Korea kind of put me above the rest of the competition when it came to other specialists, which is an E4 or 3 times promoted. So when I arrived in Fort Huachuca, our staffing was already at minimal, and we were about to lose a few different staff sergeants and above, which were management basically. Well, a few months ago, 9/11 had occurred, and we knew we were about to go to combat. So someone had to step up and take reins inside of this satellite signal division. And since I had knowledge in the department, I raised my hand and I volunteered. From that moment on, I was in charge of 8 different soldiers and I think about $20 million worth of government equipment that I had to keep in top condition because it was very important to our whole communications network. But at the time, I was just an E4, and becoming a platoon sergeant, you have to be roughly about an E5 or E6, which is management or senior management, depending on how you look at it. But every morning, I found myself inside of the commander's office along with my other platoon sergeants and section sergeants to listen to the day's orders. At the beginning, when I heard something extra was presented to us, it was initially given to me as a task, as an extra task. Being a young soldier, I just took it and ran with it. But as the days grew into weeks and the weeks grew into months, I started noticing a pattern that any kind of job that my superiors did not like, they were tossing on top of my people. So now I'm sort of stuck in two positions. One, I want to be a good soldier, but two, I have 8 other people looking at me to take responsibility and protect them at times. So one day during a morning commander's brief, things were going off as normal. Our commander was handing us all of our different tasks, and I was given normal ones. And then he came up to post duty. For those that don't know, post duty is an extra kind of duty that's given to each different company. And our job is to clean up different sections of the job sites or your post. Well, in the last month or so, I had already done that twice. So I straight up told the commander and everybody in the room, I'm not doing that. My people aren't doing that. You're going to have to figure out something else. Of course, I added sir at the end of that, but the tone was very assertive and it was very clear that I was no longer going to take any of their crap. Next thing I know, my staff sergeants and platoon sergeants and sergeant first class are all in my face telling me that I am going to do that job. I am a lower ranking person and I'm going to do what the senior ranking people tell me to do. And I had to stand my ground, and I don't exactly remember everything I said, but I knew it rolled down to I may be younger and I may be lower ranking than you, but I am tasked with the exact same job that you are. And I have some soldiers that I need to protect as well, just like you guys. And I have to get my section ready for deployment. So if you guys want a broken section, and because you guys keep on wearing us down and we have no time to do anything else, we'll do it because the commander tells us to do. But I am telling you now, you guys are wearing my people very thin. Still, the staff sergeant demanded that I do the tasks. And I looked at him like, this is the wrong idea, the wrong message to send to everybody. But finally, the commander silenced us all, and he looked at me, and he said, Aguilar is right. You don't have to respect his rank, but you're going to have to respect his position. And his position is exactly what he has to do. He's doing exactly what you guys do for your soldiers. So don't respect him. Don't respect the rank. Just respect what he has to do. For the next few days, it was a little bit tense because the other staff sergeant, sergeant first class, had to get used to the idea that a young specialist was calling the shots in one of the bigger departments of the company. But as they started to realize that I actually did know what I was doing, and I took very good care of my soldiers, they started to put their faith in me. They started to treat me as one of their equals. And finally, when we hit the battlefield, I was part of that inner circle that took care of the entire network that the military used to go into battle. Because of my boldheadedness and because of my commitment to my own people, I stayed inside of that command for about 2.5 years. I even did about 1.5 years on the battlefield and came back with every single one of my soldiers. Equipment, not so much. Well, that's been a couple of decades ago, and things have changed definitely since then, and my faith has evolved, not only into myself, but into others, and in even this product that is going to bring some kind of help to somebody someday. That being said, I don't have anything else to say, so let me just leave you with the rest of this video to watch. And if you do like it, please remember to press the like button and then go ahead and subscribe to my channel for future videos and series. Anyways, I am Heraclio Kiki Aguilar with Coloring Comics channel, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. All right, see you later.